Hey there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me for a brand new series with Bastide, a city builder game that I already streamed, of course, on Twitch. And I made a video about this a while ago when it was still, well, not as far developed as it is now. They still have a lot of work to do, but it's fun, so let's jump into a new game. Difficulty medium, invasions, yes. We'll select this, we'll have to find a name. We'll just name it PatmosIV. And let's start up a game. The name is used. Oh yeah. That's fine. I already have that name in stream and then you can't use it because it uses that name for the save games. Here we are. Well, there is a bit of a tutorial which lets you see what you should get. It lets you see the keys. Here we see what we should get. All the buildings and stuff. And here we have our little town. It looks quite nice, I think. We have the surroundings, we have a little river here, we have a lot of trees here, we have a mountain, that's cool. So, well, this looks nice. So this is our starting position. We start off with 6 people. They live in 2 houses, or basically not everybody is living in a house at this point. So that is something that we'll have to work on. There's also some buildings that we should get, like a forester, a mine, a wood hut, a pasture, and things like that. But first of all, I think we should get a few more resources. So let's jump into cutting some wood. We can just mark trees like a brush and they will chop these trees and put them in the storage yard, which is quite good. It's a very small storage right now. So what I would also like to do is add a bit of storage space, if I can find where it was again. Now a lot of things in this game go by painting. So we start the storage space right here and we'll just paint it to the desired size, something like this. And then you just go like this, and now we have a bigger storage yard. That's nice. All right, I'll unpause so that these few people can start to work. We speed up a bit because speed is quite slow in this game. And one of the first things that is not on the recommended list, but I recommend you get straight away, is a farm. Otherwise, you only have 35 food. We'll be running out of food before we can do anything for real. So let's make sure we build a pasture first, as big as we can. We'll put in 2 people, we'll grow some cabbage on it. And this should provide enough food for now. Not for later, just for now. Well, that's a nice start. They're collecting the resources, they're tearing down the trees. So we should invest in some housing. Now there's different tiers of housing. We can have the simple huts, which are twig, wood and thatched. We can go to medium housing, small house, medium house, large house. And you can upgrade houses. So if we build, for instance, a medium wooden house, 1 tier up, it is a medium plaster house. And you can upgrade the medium house to a medium plaster house. Now, of course, the bigger a house, the better it is, but the more resources it uses. So that's not what we're going to start with. We're going to start with a medium wooden house. It has housing for 3, meaning that 2 people can live there and they can have a kid, which is nice. I think that's a good thing for the beginning. Or maybe we should start with a few smaller houses first. Now you can see this is not really a grid builder, but as you get close to another building, it sometimes attaches to it. And you can actually just place it in a grid-like way. That's what we're doing here. So we're going to build a few houses, 15 logs each, so we should have that. And that could be built rather quickly, at least I hope. Let's build a road here, by the way, so that we also have a road in town. And, well, this should help us make sure that we can build a nice, lovely town. Now, hopefully they can finish these houses quickly so we can get a few extra people in. There's only 4 laborers now. As we can see here, 2 people are farmers, the rest are laborers. Luckily, they're quite young, so they can go on for quite a bit. And now they're collecting all the wood, and then they'll build this house. But we do have to think ahead and get things like a hunter, a fisher, well, not yet an apiary, but we'll get that soon. And, of course, get things like maybe the gatherer to gather some herbs and stuff that we can use for healing and things like that. So there's a lot that we need to get. We also need to get a forester soon. Because with the forester, we will be able to... there is the forester. To grow and harvest trees which is a very important resource in this game. So I'm thinking of putting down the forester on this side of the map, and then we'll expand our town a bit this way, so that we won't run into the space of the forester quickly. So let's build a forester here. I think we should put the gatherer right next to it. Let's see. Yeah, some things are, in my opinion, not really in the right place. For instance, the gatherer is right here on the production thing, while I think it should be in food, because it just collects food. It's not producing anything. But it's fine. All right, one of the houses is done, so now everybody has a house. Here comes an extra house. And hopefully with this extra house, we can have extra families in town. Or at least one. That should mean 2 extra people that can work. We can see 3 out of 4 houses are occupied, so that's good. And with the extra people in, they can do some nice work. We can also see that our cabbages are starting to grow. And hopefully soon they can harvest some, because our food is slowly starting to decline, because they eat, of course. And during the night time in this game, there will be nothing produced. They will still eat, so yeah, we do need some food to come out of this soon. Luckily, we started in time, I think. All right, there we go. Another 15 logs. So they should be able to build this. No new people came in yet, so that's something. Let's speed up a bit more. Speed 5. Yep, they're building this house. One guy is doing that. The rest is bringing the logs towards these building sites. Now, this is quite the journey they have to take. So that will make it take quite longer before those buildings are done. But we have the time for that. That's okay. All I want basically now is to get extra people in, so that we have all the jobs fulfilled. Yep, they're starting to harvest. We can see the numbers of food running up slowly. That's perfect. Luckily, we have plenty of warehouse space, and a new family arrived. Now, this doesn't update automatically, so every now and then hit this one. And here we can see we now have extra laborers in town, which is very nice. They can help out bring the goods towards these facilities here. And this should slowly see a lot of good things happen. All right, well, maybe it's time for another farm field soon too. But we'll see. We're slowly running out of logs. We also need some stones at a certain point. So let's set some stones to be chopped into pieces. Let's make sure that all the trees here go away. Yeah, that should do it. And I have to be honest, in this game it feels very tempting to just put down another of buildings that we need, like a tailor, a blacksmith and things like that, build a mine. But having enough laborers to do all the jobs is really important. If you have only 1 or 2 laborers and you want to build a house and you're low on logs, they first have to get the logs, then they have to bring them to the house, then they have to build the house. So it will take very long for you to actually just build that house. With a few extra laborers, that goes a lot faster. So it can be very wise to make sure that you have enough laborers and build more housing first, then get extra jobs and provide the jobs with workers. But do not do it the other way around, because you will run out of people. Alright, a new family came in. That's very nice. Means all the houses are occupied now. But we also have 8 laborers then, so they can do a good job. Now it's nighttime. You can see here speed goes up because everybody is in bed. During the night nothing happens, so nobody will be working on the land. Nobody will be doing anything. They all ate, so you can see we're now very low on food. But in the morning we can continue the harvest straight away, so that should not be too much of an issue. I do want an extra farm out here now though. Simply because we need the extra food. So let's put in some pumpkins. Let's put 2 people in there. Because with the growing community we need extra food in here. Ooh, the forester is done. Let's put 2 people in there too. Now you can see we only have 4 laborers left. That's how quickly we run through our people. So even if this one gets done, I'm not going to put anybody in yet, because we first need more housing. Alright, well there's a big difference between a small medium house, which uses 15 logs, and the bigger one, which uses 19. But I'm still gonna go for the bigger one right now. I need to readjust the map a bit so we can see that we're building straight. And then let's just go for it right here. 1 and 2. I like the bigger houses because then they can have kids. And eventually, of course, your population will start to die off because of accidents, the cold or whatever, or disease. We already have a sick person, so we need to start gathering some herbs for medicine. And that will happen. So we need people to replace everybody. Now, of course, if a house falls empty, a new family might migrate in. So then we can replace them. But it might take a while for both people in a house to actually die. So that might not be the best option. So make sure that you have a few kids in town at a certain point. Can really help you forward. All right, we have the logs in here. I think we should now prioritize... no, we're not going to prioritize the housing yet. I want the gatherer to be done. In case we get the extra house, we can immediately start to make sure that we occupy the gatherer's hut. Because the gatherer will gather us some herbs. And then the medicine maker, the healer's hut, uses herbs to create some medicine. And that's what we need to heal our people. And, well, we're going to need a guy to heal all our people. So let's place it right there. I'm going to put these two on priority 2. Put this one on priority 1. So this one gets built straight away. And this one is on priority 3. So now they will first finish the gatherer's hut. Then they will build the 2 houses. And then we can go for the healer. It might well be that by that time one of our villagers died. Well, that's most unfortunate, but that's what happens. We can also see that we have a low amount of tools, but we don't have people to put in the blacksmith. And we don't even have people to start gathering in mines and get iron and copper and stuff that we need for tools. So getting tools is out of the question right now. But we'll get to that. And of course they will keep working. Without their tools, it will just go a bit slower. But that's it. Are we already building this now? One more stone. There it is. And now they can start to build the gatherer. We can see there are no builders yet. So it will take a bit for one to arrive and actually start building. Hopefully the others will get logs and place them in here. Already 10 are placed in here. That's very good. All right, so ever so slow will grow. We can see that we are nearing the end of this day. Luckily we got some food. That's why we already needed the second farm. You can see now that with the extra food it provides, that was really necessary. So hopefully we can keep it up that way. And now let's see, are they building this? Yes, that's very good. Once this is done, we will see them go rush to the other house and help building that one. Which is quite important. And what I want to use the laborers for right now. I don't want them to be doing anything else. I want them to build this house. We do have the logs for it now, so that's a good thing. No stuff is brought to the other places, so that's good. Please bring it straight to the house. You'll see that once laborers cut a tree, they will be able to bring it straight to a house. Once the forester cuts a tree, they will bring it to the storage yard. And therefore they won't be bringing it straight to a house. So there's a little difference. Alright, house is done. We can have 2 new people coming in. As soon as they start to come in, or no, not, I'm going to fill this one up right now. We'll put somebody in the gatherer's hut now. We'll have only 3 laborers. But as soon as a new family comes in, we'll have 5 again. But the gatherer can now already start to gather some herbs that we need for medicine. We already have 2 sick people now, so we do need to work on that. Luckily we can see we have plenty of food now. And it's almost 10, which is the moment that everybody will stop working. They will go to their houses. If you have things like a pub or a church or whatever, then they will go there and have a fun time. And then they will go home and sleep. We can see a few people on guard. We can also see that we lost quite a bit of food now because they've all been eating. And, ooh, a new family arrived. Very nice. So now we have 5 laborers. That works out. We almost have enough logs to finish this house. So things will go quite well. And during the time from 10 PM to 6 AM, speed will run extra fast. because nothing will happen. And then at 6 a.m. in the morning, when the day starts, speed will go back to what you have set it to be. So that's nice. We can see they're immediately starting to harvest what was left on the field. So we should see an increase in food fairly soon. We can see some of these are already chopping down the trees that we need soon and bringing away the logs. So that's great. They're not bringing them to the building site straight away. Sometimes they do, but now they don't. We just need 4 more logs. And we should be fine. This one is bringing this log straight to the place. Yep. Just 1 to go. And we can build another house. Very nice. After that, we need a healer, of course, to finally heal all the sick people. We already have 3 sick people out of the 12. So a quarter of our people are sick. That might not be the best thing. But we'll manage. We'll manage. I don't think they're really building this house right now. Let's prioritize this. We need 1 more log in there, but nobody's bringing it. It's not really how I want to see it, but it'll get done eventually. I think they really want to fill up on the wood. So sometimes people ask, what are the days like? Because you play for 1 day, but 1 day is actually a month. So it's June already, meaning that it's now summertime. And not too long from now, we'll get to the winter and we need to provide some firewood. So that will be one of the buildings to get soon. Let's find the firewood guy, which we have right here. Yeah, let's see. There we go. Let's rotate this. Let's place it right there. So we should get the firewood guy soon to start producing a bit of firewood. I really wonder why they're not building the house right now. They really should be doing it. They're building the healer's hut already. 6 people are sick already. Half our town is sick, so we do need the healer. So let's get it done with and put somebody in there to make some herb or some medicine. That's very good. As soon as medicine is built, somebody will take it and they will be healed. They will keep getting sick though, so we need to keep an ongoing production of medicine. The thing with that is that people will get sick all the time because they don't have the best housing. They have a limited variety of food. So ways to improve that, of course, is to make much better housing. And make sure that they have access to different types of food, some water, and then things should be fine. Alright, we get this house now. That's nice. The wood chopper is being built, so we should get some extra wood or some firewood soon. House is done, so we can have an extra family in. Well, we're getting there slowly. I think what we can do is actually set a few more trees to be chopped. Yeah. Very nice. We also need some extra stone soon to build a mine, so that people can get things out of the mine. But for starters, this doesn't look that bad. And we can see we've already produced 2 medicine because 2 people are already cured. And hopefully we can get enough herbs out of this. There it is, herbs, to build a lot of medicine. Now, of course, you can see up here that we have some overview of what kind of stuff we have. If you want to see a full overview, just click this. Here you go. You can see all that we have. So we still have 2 berries left. We have no herbs left, so no more medicine can be created at this point. We have no clothing and things like that. We can even make this bigger if we want to, if you have a hard time seeing what's on it. So that's very nice too. And sometimes I like to keep this open so I can actually see what we have in town. Let's take a look here. 1 more log and we can start to build the firewood guy. It's still June, so it would be very good if we could start with the firewood guy quite early on to make sure that we produce a bit more firewood for the winter, because right now we don't have enough. If you click on the house, you can see what they have. We can see that they have a bit of water and some food. We can even upgrade a house if we want to, but we don't have any lumber, so that's not done yet. But you can just click it and the house will be upgraded. So that's nice. We can also just see who's in there. So you can have a lot of information if you click on buildings and see what is in there. But for now, this town is actually working for a bit. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 laborers. So I think we should put them to good use. One of the things I want to get is a mine. Now, how can we build a mine? All you have to do is find a mountain. and then attach it to the mountainside. Now there's no mountains here on this side, there's only mountains here. Just go to a mountain, rotate it a bit to your liking and place the mine. Then it's completely built straight away, and we just put in 2 guys and have it on mixed duty, meaning that they will get stone, copper and iron. If you want to prioritize one, that you can do as well. At a certain point, you might be ending up with 3 mines, all specialized on one, so that we get enough goods in there. But for now, this should supply us with a steady stream of certain things that we need. It's now starting to focus a bit more on different things that we need for instance, food, like a hunter. I do want a hunter. You can see there's no blue area around the hunter. The hunter will just go anywhere where the food is. So we can just build it somewhere here. That's fine. Let's just build it next to these little huts. Right here. There we'll get a hunter. And having a hunter will provide some hides and things like that that we could use for clothing. So that could be very nice. Now, of course, if the hunter gets us some hides, we need a tannery to put those hides and produce some leather. So we'll build the tannery next to it. Now, you can imagine all these buildings will take up some of our labor force. That's only consisting of 4 right now. So we really need more people to come in. How did we do that again? We need to build more houses. We have 37 logs. So I say we can build 2 more houses. Let's move over a little bit so I can see if we're building straight. Yes, we are. 1 and 2. That's 2 more houses. I do want to get 1 guy into the firewood business because we do need to start worrying about firewood now. And I want to prioritize the housing. So let's prioritize these 2 houses so that these will get built first. Then the industries. Yes, we can use those industries, but not as fast as you think. Ah, they're building the hunter already. That's good. Now let's focus on the homes. Get the logs there. Make sure that we build them so that we have the extra people again. We have only 3 laborers now, and you will immediately start to see that it might take quite long before the houses get done with only 3 people. One of them is building the hunter, so that's already not doing anything. Well, it's done now, so that's good. You can see you can specify which animals a hunter can shoot. And I'm going to take off all the domestic animals, because these are the animals we can actually get into pastures later on. And I don't want our hunter to kill all those animals close by, because we want to put them in a pasture soon. With these houses, that might actually help to get the people in to run the pastures, and then we could get to that point. Right now that's not really working because we only have 14 people still. Although if we consider that we started off with 6 people and just these 3 buildings, we came a long way in about half a year, so that's not that bad. We have a growing amount of firewood now, which is very good for the winter. We have a slowly growing stockpile of food. It's not going that fast, but it is growing, so that's nice. And another house gets done. We'll see. I'm not too concerned about it now. We still have 2 sick people. At a certain point we had 6, so it is moving in the right direction. But I also want these cured. We're just not producing any medicine. We've already cured 7 people with our medicine, so we have 9 sick people at this point. We just need to bring in a few more herbs. That would be very nice. All right, 12 logs in here. So we need to chop a few extra trees to actually get the amount of logs that we need. There are still trees set to be chopped down, so that should not be too much of a problem. And these are quite close, so let's set these to be chopped down too. But yeah, getting enough logs in is quite hard, especially at the beginning. So, new family arrived. Very nice. Now we have 5 laborers again. That should speed things up a bit in the production of all the housing and stuff. I think we should actually just build more houses. Let's build 1 extra next to this. Then turn it around. And build 1 extra next to this too. So that we get a nice block of 6 houses. We can build a road here now. Just like this. And then continue. We'll build a road on this side too, like this. past the houses. Yes. And then we can do a road here too, so that they can walk in between before we start a new row of houses. That's more efficient walking. I know it's a bit straight, it's a bit grid-like, but it's just easy to make it this way, so that's why I do that. Ah, another house done. Very nice, very nice. And a tanner is being built already too. Alright, let's get somebody to do some hunting. We don't need a tanner yet because we don't have stuff to be tanned, but we'll do that later on. I think it's time for our first pasture. Now, they were quite the same as these fields. You just put down a fence, make it as big as possible, of course. So we'll go all the way like this. And now we can set where the gate should be. I think the gate should be somewhere here. Now we have a gate. All we have to do now is set which animals we want in there. Sheep, chicken, cows, or pigs. Now the sheep give off wool that our tailor can use soon. So I'm going for sheep now. Now we'll put a person in there. And what will happen is that person will go around the map close to your village. And he will start to find sheep. And as soon as he finds sheep, he will bring them to the pasture. Then they can start to reproduce and he will take care of them. And that should work out. So that's one way to go at it. And if we build more different pastures, we can get more different animals and things like that. So that should work out. Alright, I think we're good on track with the firewood. Our hunter can also kill some boar. We don't need boar in our pasture, so that's good. No sheep's in yet, but hopefully we'll get those soon. And I think, yeah, we still have 5 laborers, so that should be working. New day is starting. It's August now. I'm just really happy that we are producing things like firewood and stuff, but we still have sick people and we're still not up to speed making enough herbs to survive. So maybe we should get another gatherer at some other part of town to add herbs to the making. We need more herbs. We have a medicine maker that can still work more. Let's build it all the way here. Let's speed it up. I think we have plenty of... it's just doing nothing right now. And with a few extra herbs from an extra gatherer, that might really make a difference. So let's try and get that. 15 logs in here already. That should make an extra house possible soon. But I do want this gatherer done first. It's positioned quite far away. But we'll deal with that. And I think if we just expand this road a bit, that will speed up walking time. That could help out too. Of course, they need to walk on the road for it to work, but they'll come. It'll be fine. 3 more logs for this house. Then we'll have the extra house. But with 5 laborers, the production of this could go rather fast. We already see that there's stuff brought in. Now, one way to speed up things like how fast a house is produced is actually in your building system right here. Because here we have carts. We don't have the resources for them now, but we have carts in here. And if you build a cart, they can transport more than one good at a time towards a building site. Now, we need to save some logs in order to build a cart, but they can be very helpful in transporting goods from one place to another. And especially right now, they have to do 20 walks just to bring in these resources. And with the carts, we can bring that down to like 5 walks or something like that. So that can be very helpful. But, well, we don't have the logs for that now, and I want the building done first. So we'll have to wait, but it can be really good to build a few carts, as long as you have the wood, of course. And then you should be able to transport things quicker. Now, food-wise, we're doing good. Log-wise, not. We have our first sheep. That's very nice. We should be getting some wool out of it, some animal fat, and in the end, some meat once we have enough sheep, and some of the older sheep will die. So that is something. Still 4 sick people. We already produced an extra piece of medicine, so people do keep getting sick. And they might spread it amongst each other, which is also not good. Now, the best way to prevent sickness, of course, better housing, but also providing your people with good clothing. We have started to work our way into that by getting a hunter that will create some hides. We have 13 hides now. I think we should soon get a tanner to make leather out of it, and then we can make some good clothing. Although we also need some wool for that. But in the end, again, we just need people. People. All right. 6 more resources need to be delivered and we can build this extra gatherer. Hopefully he can heal some people. And that should be the best way to move forward now, because we definitely need extra healthy people and not sick people. Yeah, 5 laborers. That should be good. There goes another stone towards the building site. I think there's a log. That's the last log, I believe. Yes. No, it was a piece of stone. Okay, so 1 stone, 1 log. Then we can build. We can see somebody walking here with what appears to be a stone. Hopefully the log comes in soon too. And we have still 1 sheepy. We already produced 1 wool. That's good. We could see somebody running here. Or at least I saw it. I don't know if you guys see it too, but I don't see it anymore. But that's the one that's just looking around to find more of those animals. They could do that. So hopefully they can find a few more sheep and bring them in. That would be very good to grow the amount of sheep in there. Of course, there will be births and things like that. So that could work. But it will just take time. So the more sheep we get in there, the faster we can get more. Because the faster they can reproduce. We have another house. Very nice. Let's wait until people come in. And, ooh, 1 more log and we can build the gatherer. Come on, people. Bring me some logs. Can be very tempting to try and... the new family has arrived. Let's put the tanner to work. To just... start building and building and building, but sometimes it can be good to just leave your laborers a bit to cut some extra trees and things like that, so we can save up on a few logs. That could be very worthwhile too. All right, 5 of the logs are already delivered here. We need 1 more delivered to this. I think they were on their way with a log and then the day ended, so they just left the log right here. And now we'll have to wait until they actually bring it there. Well, this could be a good moment to extend the road a bit. So that they can walk really fast once they gather the herbs. 6 people are sick out of the 20 that we have. That is not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 laborers still. I'm happy with that. And we can see we have 2 kids now. They're already 1 year old. So that's going quite fast. But I like that. And just the fact that we have kids... makes it so that we can do quite good, and we can replace a few people if they might die because of their illness in the end. So that's good. All right, I think the logs should be coming in now. Yep, they even brought an extra 1, so hopefully we can still use that for something. They're building the gatherer now. We should get this extra house, and then we should just wait for a little bit to chop down a few extra trees, I'd say, so that we get some extra wood in the storage. I think that might be very helpful. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that there's quite a traveling time from here to the storages. So it could be also worth something to build a storage at a certain point closer to this so that have less travel time. That could be worth it. Let's get the extra gatherer. That ends up with 5 laborers for now, but that's okay. I want my people to be not sick anymore, so we do need the extra gatherer. We almost have enough logs for this house, so that's very nice. 17, just 2 more to go. I already see them walking with 3 logs, so that should be working. And I think as soon as we can, I will build at least 1 cart to help them speed up the movement of resources. Alright, so the house is getting built. They still bring in logs, so that's not really that smart of them. They just bring too much. But I'm not going to complain about that too much. We have 4 logs available now. We can now see, because we have no buildings assigned to be built, that they will start to do their labor jobs, like chopping trees. And that will be beneficial to the whole village in the end, because we do need a lot more wood. If we have no wood, then of course our firewood guy, for instance, can't work as well. So we need to make sure that we get a bit more firewood. It's September, still a very nice temperature. But soon it will start to become winter. But for now, I have to say, we have created the start of a village. We did quite nice. And this is also going to be the end of the first episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to them. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.